Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Legends Never Die podcast. This is your host, Hunter Frugier, alongside co-hosts Matt and Dustin. We got Dustin back from Panama City Beach. How was it, Dustin?
Oh, it was great. Good time out there in Panama.
I'd imagine. I'd hate to even be back on set right now. You missed a lot last week, though. Last 2 weeks you were out for the Barb game. Before that, Barb ended up winning the high school state championship, right?
Oh, yeah, some of the most talented high school baseball players in America.
Yeah. How many of the guys? 8 out of the 8 guys went D1, or?
8 of the 9 guys are committed to Division I schools, with the lone one being the catcher, and he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, so they're solid. And they played Sam Houston, who also had a lineup full of studs, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they had a LSU commit and a ULL commit. Yeah, I think they had 6 of their 9 committed.
So shout out to both the local teams. That's the 5A state championship here in Louisiana, but good job from both of them, and a few other local teams won. Figured we'd give a shout out to them starting the show. But yeah, we'll jump right off into NBA. A lot of big news. The finals coming up this week. Big questions in there, whether Durant's going to be back or not anytime soon, if he's going to make any games this series or what. And Matt, you got any update on that?
So far, they think he's going to be out for Game 1 of the series. I saw Boogie Cousins is questionable, though. They don't know if he's going to go or not. Kevin Durant did travel to Toronto, though, today.
Oh, if he traveled with the team, well, he'd want to be there either way. I don't think he was there in the games that they traveled to Portland, though, so maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. I think he'll come back. He'll have to come back if they want to win, in my opinion, but we'll get into that in a second. What do you think, Dustin?
I think if Durant were to not play the whole series, the Raptors would win. But Durant's going to play. He's probably going to miss Game 1 and then play after that. So,
if they lose Game 1, he will play Game 2 100%. Y'all think? I think so.
Yeah.
I think the Raptors take Game 1 as well.
I do too. I think the crowd, man, I just love their crowd, but we're talking about Golden State's crowd on the other side, so the most bandwagon fans in the world. I talked last week on the show about all the Warriors fans at Buffalo Wild Wings last week when they were going for the sweep. Unreal, the fakeness.
Golden State really doesn't even have that good of home court advantage no more. If you watch a game, it ain't like it used to be back when it was just the Splash Brothers. Now that they have KD, it's kind of like, okay, we're going to win.
Oh, yeah, they could just watch them win on TV and not have to pay to go to Oracle. But, all right, we'll start it there. We'll give our take, or we'll review last week real quick. Warriors had already clinched at this point, but Raptors hadn't. Raptors were still down in the series 2-1. It was Game 4 that night. I'd called a Game 4 win, let alone did I know that Raptors were going to win the remaining 4 games of the series and take it in 6. A little bit of a surprise, but I'd called them winning the series regardless. Matt disagreed, but he started to realize quickly that Kawhi Leonard was the best player on the court.
Yeah, I really did regret my pick after watching
Games 4.
5 and 6. Games 4, 5, and 6, really. Just unreal play. Giannis really didn't do all that great this series. He put up good numbers, but as an MVP candidate, I feel like he should have done more.
His numbers were weak. He didn't put up good numbers.
They were still solid.
He didn't put up good numbers versus Kawhi in particular at all.
The claw locked him up.
Who does, though?
Yeah. Who's going to for the Warriors? I don't see
Nobody.
anybody. Who's he going to shut down, though? Clay? He ain't going to guard Curry.
Last time,
he'll shut down Durant if Durant plays, of course.
Yeah, he's going to guard Curry if Durant ain't playing.
You think?
100%.
Yeah.
Eliminate Curry out of the picture completely, which he will do.
Yeah.
And, man, there's no way Warriors win in that case.
That's exactly what you do.
And then Marc Gasol is going to lock Boogie the whole series.
I'll put it this way. I don't think Warriors win a single game that Steph Curry does not score 30 or more points. I don't think they could win without him scoring 30 in this series.
Unless KD's playing.
I still don't think. I think they'd have to have 2 at 30.
Yeah,
Raptors are going to slow them down. Raptors pace the way they've been playing. They slowed Bucks down, who had the highest pace of a team. Warriors, of course, second highest pace in the league. So they're going to be trying to run and gun. Raptors are going to slow them down to a 90-point, maybe 100-point scored, and they're going to play their kind of game, and I like that the home field advantage is there. I wasn't sure how that worked now since the All-Star game wasn't East versus West. So I don't know how they decide who's got home court.
Whoever
but I see
had
Toronto
the
has
better regular
record.
season record.
Yep,
is
I
who
like
gets
that.
home field, yeah.
See, I think
And surprisingly, Warriors didn't have that home field advantage.
Yeah,
That's
only
a shock.
by a few
Like it.
games.
One game. It was
One
one
game.
game.
I like it, but then again, the Warriors were a 1 seed. They were a 2 seed. That's what I don't like about it.
I like the overall record. I'd rather them do that.
I'd like overall seed and then record.
But like we had mentioned a minute ago, that lineup without Kevin Durant in it, when you match up the 5 Raptors versus the 5 Warriors, I like the 5 Raptors. Even with Durant in the lineup, I still kind of favor the Raptors a little in this series. As crazy as it sounds.
If Durant were to play game 1, they would probably sweep the Raptors.
I don't know about that. You know, they're giving this Raptors team the second lowest odds in NBA Finals history, second to LeBron and the Cavs last year.
Yep.
They gave them the same odds, and they got swept.
We all saw what Kawhi did in the Western Conference Finals whenever he hurt his ankle. 22 points in 24 minutes that game before he went out. And they had a 20-point lead at the time.
He might be their kryptonite. I'd seen a
Yeah.
post where it was from the 2013 NBA Finals all the way till this year. It was Kawhi versus LeBron, Kawhi, LeBron, Curry, LeBron, Curry, LeBron, Curry, LeBron, Curry, LeBron, now Kawhi and Curry. It said these 3 players obviously matter to a team. I was like, yeah, it makes sense. So they made like the last 10 finals.
Yeah, Matt was saying that about Kawhi, but I remember earlier this year when Durant dropped a 50-piece on Kawhi. So
That's all right.
In
Kawhi
the
dropped a
regular
50 piece
season,
on them, too.
it's in his head now that
No, it's
that
not.
It's in
Nah,
Durant's head.
and Raptors won the season series 2-0.
Durant-
Yeah.
One game
Durant-
without Kawhi.
Durant's gonna be. It's when he
Durant's
comes
hurt,
back-
bro. He's
when
not
he comes
100%.
back- When he comes back, he knows that people say that Kawhi is his kryptonite, and he's probably gonna punish that boy.
I don't
And
believe
I
it.
hate Durant with a passion.
I really don't think that's the case. The way he's
Yeah.
playing right now, I just feel like he's the best player in the playoffs over Steph Curry right now. He's gonna prove
The thing
it.
is, teams do a good job early in the series of locking Kawhi down, and when Kawhi don't do nothing, they can't win. In every series, by the end of the series, Kawhi is balling. But
I see him carrying
but-
right over into game 1 of this
but
series balling.
the thing is,
Who's
for
going to
Kawhi-
stop him,
For
though?
Kawhi, everyone on the Warriors team fits guarding Kawhi. Like, okay, say
I
they
don't see
say they
anyone who
switch.
could guard him.
Say they do a
Draymond's too
switch.
slow.
Say they do a switch. No, he's not.
Come on
Draymond
now.
can guard anybody in the league.
He ain't guarding Kawhi. I'm telling you that right now, bro.
Andre Iguodala can guard anybody in the league. That's the reason he's there, is to guard. I mean, the dude won a Finals MVP off of guarding LeBron James.
Still, I don't see anybody on their team guarding Kawhi this series. Giannis couldn't guard him for
And
damn
Kyle
sure, and he
Lowry-
was all NBA first team.
Kyle Lowry.
None of them guys you mentioned first team all
Kyle
NBA
Lowry
defense.
is trash. Draymond's been first team all defense like 5 times, probably.
Yeah, still. He ain't
But,
guarding Kawhi, bro.
Kawhi-
He's way too slow.
Kyle Lowry, garbage defender. Kawhi's going to have to guard Curry until Durant gets back because he's going to make Kyle Lowry look like a fool.
Well, Kawhi will make Draymond look like a fool. I just want that to be known on here before this series even starts up, which it'll kick off Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern, so everybody go around the board and give their picks. I'm going to go Raptors in 7, just because if it makes it to Game 7, then they'll win Game 7 in Toronto. It'll just be too much to let down. And the NBA knows they're losing ratings, losing fans. About to win 3 championships in a row, 5 times in a row they've been. It's time to see something new, and what better story than to let the Raptors win it this year, and that's what I think is going to happen. So give me Raptors in 7. What you got, Matt?
I like the Raptors in 7, to be honest. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop Kawhi. Like you said, I got to agree with you there. And it all really depends on Durant's health. If he comes back early, then they might be in trouble, but I don't know. I'd like to see the Raptors win, so I'm going to go with the
I would
Raptors.
love to see the Raptors up 2-0 in the series, just so I could put like $100 or so on Warriors to come back and win it, because I know the odds will be terrible. Because I was going to do the same thing for the Raptors this series when they were down 2-0, just because it was stupid to pay out, and I didn't do it. Pissed. What you got, Dustin?
I'm going to say Warriors in 5.
When was last time I heard this? What was that? Was it Bucks in 5 or something?
No, I've never liked the Bucks.
It was something
You
ridiculous
can look
like
back.
that.
I said
Outlandish.
it was either going to be Toronto or Boston in the championship.
Nah, I'm saying recently you had one that was a little outrageous there. Oh, yeah, Rockets in 5. I don't know if you were kidding or what, but that shit was hilarious, and I'm a Rockets fan.
Yeah. Rockets suck. They need to break up their team. They need to trade James Harden.
But all right, guys, with that news being said, we'll go around the board. Me and Matt had Toronto, and Dustin's taking Golden State in 5. It's kind of a surprise. I'd at least give him 6 or 7, if anything. But, yeah, that's who we're going to go with. So we'll see how it transitions as the games start Thursday. And that'll bring us into a different NBA topic real quick. The NBA teams, and starting it off at guard position, we had Steph Curry and James Harden, of course. Anybody disagree with that? I highly doubt it.
Nope.
Dustin, you don't have anything smart-ass to say about Harden making all-team NBA first team?
No, he deserved it this season.
All right, and then at forward, I think we also had some very deserving guys. Probably your most likely MVP candidate. I saw someone had him a minus 1,600 favorite, Giannis, to win MVP. And Harden was a plus 300. I was like, well, damn. I didn't know it was that lopsided this year.
Yeah, I can't wait to take your money in our bet we have.
Boy, stop it. I'll put my 100 on the book. You're crazy. You know that shit was a joke. I even said that on a show a couple of weeks ago. Anyways, at center, it was a little bit of a surprise to me, but Dustin's talked about him all year, so I guess he'll get his credit here. Jokic, your boy.
The Joker.
First team All-NBA his first time. He's made the All-NBA team in the last couple seasons, I believe. Or last season for sure, but never first team. That's solid.
Best center in the league, him and then Embiid.
That's putting him over Embiid, who will bring us into the second team there. Second team center is Embiid. Your forwards are Durant and Kawhi, and your guards are Leonard and Kyrie. So that's big there. Imagine the first team playing the second team. Who would win? Think about it.
Who's on the second team again?
Durant and Kawhi, Embiid, Dame Lillard, and Kyrie.
The second team is smashing.
I don't know. I think Harden and Giannis make a lot, and Curry, of course. But Paul George and Jokic, I mean, you could say that Durant and Leonard are both better than Paul George. Not a better year, but are both better.
And they're both better than probably Giannis.
Yeah, probably so. After he got exposed in that 3-2 this postseason, teams are going to be taking that into effect next year for sure and shutting him down. He'll find a way to maneuver around it, but still.
The Joker defensively can't guard Embiid.
Yeah, that's true. So our third team we had, which was a couple surprises here, and it affected a lot of contracts. We had Blake Griffin, which was a bit of a surprise. He had a good season, but a top 15 NBA talent, not sure about that.
He got that because he played through that injury in the playoffs. And this boy had some real bad knee issues. And he was still playing through them to try to help his team win.
Then we had LeBron on the third team, which is hilarious. That's probably the first time that's ever happened. I think he's made it every season of his career, though.
Yeah, that was his first time not making first team in 11 years.
Yeah, that's impressive. And what do you expect from LeBron? Then you had Rudy Gobert at center. That was a little skeptical there, but I couldn't think of anybody to put over him, a third better center.
I could have.
Who?
Karl Anthony Towns. Look at his stats.
That's a possibility.
He averaged like 25 and 12.
But Gobert's defense. And then Russell Westbrook and Kemba Walker, either one of them arguably could have been better than Kyrie on that second team, in my opinion, especially Westbrook. Hate to say it, but I think he might have had a better year than Kyrie overall and could have took that second spot. But who we had miss out was the big talk, Klay Thompson.
I don't think he deserves it because I really don't think he's that good.
Not better than Kemba, Kyrie, or Russell Westbrook. He would have had to have been better than one of those three.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was either. Matt, what do you think? I know is the big difference. It was like a $30 million difference for sure.
I don't know. I think you got to put Kemba on there just because he's not playing with all-stars. He's doing it all by himself, still putting up these numbers. I mean, come on, Klay. Look at your team. Look at your team.
We talked NBA free agency last week, Dustin. You missed it, and we'll talk it again this summer. But we were talking about a good fit for Kemba Walker and what teams had cap space. And after really looking into it, we agreed a good landing spot would be Dallas Mavericks. They have the money to sign Porzingis. They got Doncic on the rookie deal. And you'd get Kemba there, so I like what they're saying there. But what were you about to mention about Porzingis?
I lost all respect for Porzingis when he told the Knicks, trade me or I'm going back to Europe.
I mean, he was tired of losing, bro. They sucked. They were tanking.
He wasn't tired of losing.
He wasn't even playing.
To do something about losing, you'd have to be playing.
Yeah, they're still the worst team and in rebuild mode. He couldn't have accepted that. Maybe if he did now, they'd be better off. But I mean, look at the Knicks. Look at the Knicks organization. They're going to be better off without him, if you ask me. With all the money,
he really thought that Zion, they were going to get the number 1 pick, and Zion was going to steal his shine, and he'd be a thing of the past. That's why.
Well, he ain't going to be a thing of the past. He did get beat up the other day. Did y'all see that video?
Yeah,
that boy was bloody, son. He got banged up
in his hometown or whatever.
Yeah, that shit was funny. But I like Zingy, and I definitely like him with Doncic, 2 Euro ballers. Then throwing Kemba into that mix, I think it'd be deadly. Obviously, it's not enough to take over out west with all the talent out there, but I think it'd be a big move. I don't know.
I don't think Kemba would be a good fit in Dallas.
Why?
2 ball-dominant point guards.
Nah, he would take over that role.
Why you think Dennis Smith wanted out? Because Luka Doncic wants the ball every single play, and Kemba Walker cannot play off the ball.
Yeah, well, they'd switch it up.
He has to create for himself, which he's good at.
I think he's out of Charlotte, and I think that's the best fit for him. I don't see anybody playing well with LeBron, so he definitely ain't gonna go there.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but I see him probably going somewhere else. I don't understand why more teams want him. Like, look at what
he's all
done.
NBA talent. He's solid. He almost brought a trash team to the playoffs. They're awful.
Yep.
1 game away from the playoffs.
Yeah,
and he's a 25-a-night guy. I think with a better player, he'd be even better than he is. He wouldn't be so stat-padded, but he'd be a better overall player. Kemba's a dog. Come on.
One thing that wouldn't surprise me is if Kyrie walks to the Knicks, if he goes to Boston.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. I'd like him at Boston. He wouldn't have a sour attitude like Kyrie, so maybe it'd be better off with him.
But then Rozier said if Kyrie...
Rozier's gone.
He said
he's been talking too much trash about his own team. They don't want him no more.
No, he wasn't talking trash about his team. He was talking trash about Kyrie. He said he didn't want to be there, and if they re-sign him, then he's out. Then he ain't playing there no more.
I think he's out, period.
The only way he's out is if they trade him to the Pelicans.
Yeah, I ain't too worried about Scary Terry.
The Pelicans want to trade Anthony Davis to the Lakers for the package the Lakers are offering, but the owner of the Pelicans, Gail Benson, said no.
Because they know Lakers will dominate them. Really, anybody's going to dominate them, no matter what. Yeah, what do you think? You hadn't been in since Zion. You think that's enough to maybe possibly persuade Davis to stay or no?
No, not even close. He said multiple times. He put on Twitter.
But we've been listening to other stuff as of the last week or two.
He's told everyone he wants out of New Orleans.
As of recent, it's been a little different, though.
He said they get no respect. All they care about in New Orleans is football. Nothing. They said the owners show no respect towards them. He said they treat them like they're slaves.
Yeah, but still, as of the last week or two, you must not have been listening to anything.
Oh, I've been
Pelicans
listening.
Related.
I've been listening. I also watch sports shows when I'm at work, when I'm not doing anything.
I think they got a decent chance. I gave it a 10% chance at first. Then last week I changed it to 30%.
Chris Broussard said he talked to Anthony Davis himself, and he said he is not going to play in New Orleans.
Probably fake news. They probably all want him to just be Lakers.
Chris Broussard and Kevin Durant's been beefing. Yeah, Chris Broussard and Kevin Durant's been beefing because Kevin Durant apparently he was DMing back and forth with Chris Broussard and told Chris Broussard that that the Warriors weren't better without him and that he was real salty. And Chris Broussard was saying about how stats didn't lie.
Matt talked about it on the podcast last week. He said he thinks their offense runs better without him. Not saying they're necessarily better, but he said the offense runs
It does run better without him, but they're not better without him because they wouldn't be on this run still if they didn't have him.
Yeah, I agree. But all right, guys, we'll move into MLB here. We'll talk a little bit. Astros, we were high on them last week, #1 in our power rankings, and they were really surging. Best team in baseball by a few games. But now they're getting a little banged up. We got Springer on the IL. We got Altuve and Correa about to go under evaluation. So potentially 2 longer-term injuries there than expected. Correa's a rib injury, which seems pretty serious, they said. And Altuve, something in his knee, same one he had surgery on last year from the torn hamstring in October that he didn't want to tell anybody about. But, yeah, Astros are getting banged up, so that definitely hurts their stock for now. But they're good. They'll still be good in that division. Y'all agree?
Yeah, they'll win their division, no problem.
I think they'll win their division, but I will say that
Maybe not the best record in the AL.
No.
the A's are hot right now. They're going to win their division, but the A's have won 10 in a row.
A's always get hot and make a little push to pass them, and then right at the end, Astros end up blowing the doors off of them. I wouldn't expect anything but the same this year. You know, we got to talk about Matt's Yankees also surging. He had them, 3 in the power rankings last week? I kind of laughed it off. I had him at 5. Oh, you had him at 2. I had him at 5, and I was kind of laughing it off that you had him at 2, but look at him, hottest team in baseball right
and
now.
Their whole team's hurt.
Yep, 1 game out of the best record in the league. After tonight, they'll probably have the best record in the league.
No, they lost today. So.
I put the Yankees in my top 5. Are we going to do rankings here in a minute, or do I need to just
We
go?
did them last week.
You could dish them, yeah. We had them last week. And mine have changed a little bit because Cubs have went on a slide. They came back to reality, but I'll still have them somewhere in there. But last week it was Astros, Dodgers, Cubs, Twins, and Yankees. So maybe I'll just move Twins up to 3. No, Yankees up to 3, Twins 4. And I'd probably sub my 5. I don't know. I'll leave it blank for now. Blank 5.
What'd you have?
I don't even remember. I know I had Yankees too.
He had
That's all I know.
He had
I think I had
Astros,
Astros,
Yankees, Dodgers. Yeah.
Ooh,
I'll go Dodgers,
hell
Astros, Yankees, Twins, Red Sox.
I think that's exactly what I had.
Yeah, that's similar to what I had, except for I had the Cubs in there, and now they
Yeah,
back to
'Cause I had the
reality.
Red Sox
And
for
probably
sure.
and then for the 6th spot, it's close neck and neck between the Brewers, the Cubs, the Braves, and
The
Phillies.
Braves. The
The
Braves lately. What's the word, Braves fan?
oh, they've been hot. We've been hot lately. We lost tonight 5-4. We had to face Strasburg, but we had Freed on the mound, so we should have took them, but we lost 5-4.
And
Austin
what's
Riley.
this talk about your boy? He finally got called up.
Austin Riley, been talking about him for a year now. This dude in 12 games has hit 6 home runs. Yeah,
So he's a stud. They were right about him as a top. What was he? Top 10, top 5 prospect
we
overall.
drafted him number 4 overall like
Yeah.
2-3 years ago.
So he's definitely going to pan out, I would imagine.
worst
I thought they
Braves-
might have traded him mid-season, but
The
that's
worst
good.
Braves news is Christian Stewart. Another one of our top prospect guys. We drafted him number 8 overall last year. Come to find out, we drafted him out of high school. Come to find out, he has a shoulder injury, and he didn't report it to the Braves before they drafted him, which is against the rules. And so the Braves didn't offer him the complete signing bonus that you have to offer a top prospect, because it's in the rules that if there's an injury that's not told, you don't have to offer. Well, the Braves offered him a $2 million signing bonus instead of like 6.8, what it had to be. And he said no, and he's going to play in Japan.
Yeah, I saw that. Guy looks just like Darren Till, the UFC fighter, don't he?
Yep, he let.
I didn't know what that deal was, but I read a little on it.
But the good
to
thing
have
is,
some
we'll
clarification
get another
there.
compensatory pick, which means we'll get an extra first-round pick in next year's draft.
Better hope it's 8 overall, as good as that kid was. I know he was pretty sought after. But other news in the MLB, we had last thing really that I'd like to mention. We had Herrera, another woman beater. Not going to talk on it because it's just going to piss me off. So, yeah, Phillies, y'all suck. Cheering against y'all all year now for sure. But Bellinger, man, he might be the best player in baseball.
Yeah, he hit another one about 5 minutes ago.
Did he? 2 last night, or
He
did
hit-
he only hit 1 last night?
He hit one last night.
Had 2
Yeah.
outfield
Hey,
assists
I'm
that
just
were
letting y'all know.
freaking unreal, dude.
Just letting y'all know, he's going to hit one every day this week because I'm playing him in fantasy.
Oh,
dude
yeah,
I'm-
bet
the
him,
dude
bet
I'm
him,
playing in
totally bet him
fantasy,
then.
The dude I'm playing in fantasy has Bellinger, Bregman, Springer. Yeah, his line, like everyone that's been mashing this year, he has all of them.
Yeah, you're screwed. But Bellinger,
Oh,
man, he's
and-
hottest player in the league
and
right now, in my opinion.
My low-key MVP, the guy I think should be getting way more attention because he's getting none at all, Josh Bell.
Yeah, he is slugging. I've seen some
He's
good
hitting
stuff on him.
350 with 18 bombs already.
Have you
and
seen that dude?
nobody's talking
Have
about
you
him.
seen his dad?
Uh-uh.
Wait till it's home run derby time and his dad's throwing him balls. This dude is bigger than Bryce Harper's dad by a long shot. This dude is huge. Mark Henry looking ass boy.
Yeah, I know he said his rookie year he mashed, and then last year he was terrible. And I was reading a report, he was talking about what it was like to think that he was a below average MLB player. And he said he went into a slump, lost all his confidence. And he said now he's gaining his confidence back. And
He's solid, good feel-good story.
If you're hitting 350 with 18 bombs and 50 RBIs already, and here's what everyone's like, well, Bellinger and Yelich are doing better. Look what they're surrounded with. They're surrounded with, okay, he's hitting.
And yeah, they're on the bigger market team, so of course.
And
Dodgers are the biggest market team in baseball now.
He's sandwiched in between Justin Turner and Corey Seager.
Can't walk him. It's like Astros lineup.
And then Yelich is sandwiched in between Lorenzo Cain and Ryan Braun or Moustakas or whoever else, and their mom's hitting home runs. So, I
agree. Give Josh Bell a little credit, and he's definitely a dark horse here looking forward. All right, guys, we'll run into NFL real quick. Dustin mentioned it before the show, 100 days, that's it. So we'll start a little countdown. Not really, but NFL do that for us, where they do the badass. Tomorrow will be J.J. Watt, 99 days until, or Aaron Donald, whoever. But I like when they do that. Just speeds it up closer to the season. But, yeah, only 100 days out. A lot going on. We mentioned Gerald McCoy last week. Looks like he's going to be a Raven. They brung him in for a day 2 workout. He'd be good there. I wish he'd go to NOLA. Because I think he'll turn up a notch for a contender, like he had mentioned. He just wants to play for a contender. And a lot of times that'll happen, a resurgence in a career playing with a team worth the damn. So I wish he'd come to NOLA if Ravens want to dish on him.
Yeah. I was speaking on NFL. I just got to say that I think Big Ben knows he was in the wrong with Antonio Brown. Did y'all see what he done with his debit card? Or with a credit card?
No.
This dude sent Antonio Brown a credit card as an apology for everything that happened.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Antonio Brown probably sent it back. I don't need this shit. He only makes like $3 million more a year than Antonio Brown. He's a damn quarterback.
That's what I was like. So you send this dude, instead of calling him, you send him a credit card in the mail.
Oh, I would have clowned if I was AB.
Yeah, like.
Speaking of AB, though.
In Panama, I talked to a Steelers fan. Real knowledgeable dude. He thinks Juju Smith-Schuster is going to fall on his face.
Yeah, I hope
He said the biggest thing they ever could have done was got rid of Antonio Brown.
He's 30 years old, though, mate. Once you get 30, you know. 30-year-old receiver.
He was like, it was proven at USC, and it was proven last year when Antonio Brown didn't play, and in USC, when he didn't have his help, he couldn't get open.
We'll see. I hope not. I'm going to probably draft him in fantasy. Not going to go too high on him for that simple fact, though. But I will go high on AB. He said him and Carr are clicking.
I believe it. Touchdown the other day?
Yeah, I've seen a few videos. AB's still that guy, no matter what you say. He's a top 5 receiver, no doubt. So he's still going to be there at the end of the day, and I think he may bring out the best in Derek Carr, obviously.
And then another kiss-up move Big Ben was having was saying that Antonio is by far the best receiver he ever played with.
Oh, yeah, I'd imagine. Better than Hines Ward, San Antonio Holmes. He's better than all of them.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
I think.
But that is definitely kissing. I don't know, man. Le'Veon Bell might be the best receiver.
I don't know. The Jets, there was a report one day the Jets were thinking about trading Le'Veon Bell, and that shit got shut down quick.
Bruh, he said he don't listen to no social media beef no more. I saw him going raving about that. But also in the NFL, we got the 40-yard dash coming up. That's funny. Couple big-name guys in there. Alvin Kamara, I'm taking him just because he's a hoot-at. I saw Mark Ingram was also running it. I bust out laughing. I said, what's that boy running? A 5 flat? Mark Ingram? Come on now.
People there. They got one mystery player on both sides of the ball. One defense, one offense. I'm waiting to see who they pick. Them boys probably got to make that money. Probably got to bring in Tyreek Hill.
Oh, Lord. That's their mystery player, yeah.
Because that boy's a mystery if he's ever going to play again.
But, yeah, the 40-yard dash there, we'll talk more about that as it gets closer. We also had Dustin's guy, a Patriot man. A Patriot made a Patriot move. Not very patriotic of him. On Memorial Day, the news broke. The season ain't even started, and these can't even finish my sentence. Done found a way to cheat this season. Benjamin Watson juicing. New tight end goes to Patriots. Been there a couple months, juiced up.
Yeah, they said he's gonna win his appeal and get no suspension.
Patriots
easily.
cheat again.
They said
Damn.
They said that his reputation amongst the league as a former Walter Payton Man of the Year, they said that they're gonna sweep that under
he's
the
crystal
rug.
clean. He's probably sharing a locker with Edelman.
Probably sharing one with Tom Brady.
Yeah, they
Tom
probably
said-
got their 3 lockers
Tom
right
said,
beside each
"Man."
other. Probably sharing needles too.
Tom said, "Man, we ain't got robbed. We ain't got robbed this year, so
Let's just juice up
we need-
Watson.
we
Get
need-
close.
We need Ben Watson." But that someone was saying the other day on SportsCenter that Rob Gronkowski's gonna come back.
I don't know. I don't see it. We'll see. That'd be a good bold
And you
take.
know the Patriots still own his rights, which he already said he'd never play for a quarterback not named Tom Brady.
Yeah, they done got that gay little relationship shit going on there.
Which means if Tom Brady ever gets hurt, Gronk's gonna fake another injury until he comes back.
Oh, Lord. But last on football before we go there, we had Chris Harris finally sign his deal. He was holding out. He's getting paid $9 million this year. He wanted a long-term contract from the Broncos, but nobody's paying an old cornerback long-term money. And they have Jackson there, that rookie from last year that played damn good. So they already got their future back there, so they decided to just give him a 1-year, $12 million to shut him up. But it's not really going to matter because Denver's probably still going to suck. And that's all I got on football. I can't wait till we get closer to the season. Over the next few weeks, we'll slowly start to transition into fantasy talk as we get about 8 weeks or so out. So a couple more weeks away from that. I'll do a quick UFC run by. Not much going on right now. We got UFC Sweden this weekend. Alexander Gustafsson going to be fighting Anthony Smith. 2 guys that just got their ass whooped by John Jones are going to try to whoop each other's ass. We'll see how it goes. The fight's in Sweden, so I'm going to take Gustafsson, and he's much better. We got Conor McGregor in a cast. Told Floyd Mayweather he'd take that cast off and whoop his ass with it, whop him upside the head with it. He's looking for a money fight, probably already blew through $100+ million. So he's looking for a Mayweather talk fight, talking with everybody else about fighting. And then a little news on Khabib. He's coming back sooner than expected. They lowered his suspension a month to get him back in there. He's going to fight Dustin Poirier in Dubai, Abu Dhabi. So that's going to be a mega fight deal. And that's really it on the UFC. We'll see what happens as the weeks progress. But first, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Legend Gear and Apparel. Go check them out at legendgear.co. Sunglasses, ties, bags, phone cases, wallets, all kinds of good shit over there at Legend Gear. Also, go check out Legend Wood and Artifacts at legendwoodsman.com. Cool primitive artifacts, custom knives, lots of good stuff over there as well. And of course, check out, like, and subscribe the podcast on all podcast platforms, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube. Like and subscribe on our Facebook, Instagram pages. We're everywhere, guys. Just look us up, and we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for the support.
So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up, I'm on fire. My song's